Um, Hello, everyone. Like every week, this is our weekly where we present what we've been working on. So all the what we have either done this week or what we're working on currently and are gonna present in the next few weeks. It's also an opportunity to ask us questions, talk to us, give us feedback, and get to meet the team. Because we just started the event, we're gonna wait a minute or two, and if you already want to send feedback in the chat, this is a moment to do it. And we'll start by also give a quick introduction of what we're gonna talk about. So myself, I'm gonna talk about result streaming and a little bit of improvement on the on the CLI mode, or like a special mode of the CLI that work with better with Git branches. And so we'll talk about a few improvements, and then Alex, maybe you want to talk about what you've been working on as well.
Yep. Mostly local dev improvements around Git sync. Some of the UI improvements have already been merged. There have been a few kinks that we still have to improve. But yeah, the next improvements will be about branches and promotions, which I'll talk about in more detail.
Diego? So just to present what you've been, not the full presentation, just a quick intro.
Yeah, I just wrapped up Dark Lake, so I fixed a few security issues, but it's not merged yet. So I don't know if I should present it again, especially because I presented a lot last week.
Feel free to talk about what you want to talk about. Farhad?
Yeah. On my side, I've been working on an improvement on the VS Code extension, but I will show you it will be more explicit.
Right. Ash?
Okay, yes, I will be showing the Ruby and how it works on Windmill, and yes, that's it.
So a new support for Ruby as a language for Windmill. Dieriba?
On my side, I have nothing to show today, but I'm currently working on improving for the workspace error handler for this, and next week I might show speaking about charging the database and
What about
also.
the dynamic select for flows? Don't you want to show that part?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yes, I can show it. Yes, I can show.
Yeah.
I can show this.
So we've implemented dynamic select for flows, and we'll present that. Henry, do you want to say a few things, or?
Yeah, I don't think I will be showing any stuff, but recently I've been, as always, taking care of our beloved customers, and the next big project that I'll be shipping is big new demo videos that we have, and currently it's in the shooting phase of Ruben speaking on camera, but all the video is ready.
Great. So I'll start right away. So two things, and I've been talking about it for a few weeks now. I kind of had a few distractions. Okay, I have to reconnect.
Also kind of the Git kind of workflow setup. And one of the ideas is to have a better way to deal with promotions of branches. So example, you add some scripts in your Windmill, workspace, and then yeah, okay, Ruben, you can go ahead. I
Yeah.
guess I was taking over as you were off.
Yeah, I had a crash of Discord, but I'm back on. So just very quickly, what result streaming is just that the observation that a lot of current APIs actually stream their results, including LLMs, and in general, as a user would prefer, it would be nicer if we could stream the result before you get the full result. So it's not very different from what you can already do with logs, but there's a few differences. The first one is that the way we could treat it in the UI is different because we could actually preview it in the part where we usually show the result. The second thing is we can automatically integrate it as part of the result. So I'm just showing you a demo that basically what it does right now is that it prints like something with a special prefix, and all of this is going to be hidden from the user. You're just going to have like a single API SDK to be able to just return a stream, and it will take care of it. But the way it will work is that instead of it being logged in the logs, you will see it in the result. It will be automatically appended to the result, and there will be a lot of other helpers that makes the experience very smooth. So the end goal of this is that as a user, you can just have a script which is basically get the stream from an LLM API, and now it will be considered to be your results, and it will stream the results until as soon as it starts, and we'll make it the full result when it's done. So yeah, it's gonna be pretty convenient. It's also gonna make it possible for users that use Windmill as an API to get the results using SSE endpoints, so get the live stream as well, so to show it in their own front end or in their own back end. So that's the main idea. I wanted to show a bit how it works. So this is a little example where we are streaming this little text. But so that's the first thing. It's going to be ready next week. The next thing that we're working on is an overhaul of the way the CLI work with Git. So Alex is going to present the part which is about the Git sync UI and how we're going to be able to synchronize the settings between the two. But there's a few improvements that I want to talk about, which are going to come very soon. One is the ability to define that some branch basically have a specific base URL and workspace ID, which means that whenever you're going to be on a certain branch on a certain repo, instead of having to switch to a given profile, we're automatically going to pick up the right profile. We'll tell you if you're not in the right profile and so on. So it's going to be a lot less error prone. The second thing is you're going to be able to have workspace branch specific items. So with branch specific items, basically you're going to be able to have like one resource which makes sense in the dev workspace and one resource that makes sense in the product workspace, and have them both be in the same repo. They're just going to have a slightly different extension, with one being appended with the branch name. And the last thing we're working on is ephemeral workspace. So ephemeral workspace are a way to create fork of your current workspace so that you can iterate on items and be able to work independently. And then when you're happy with your changes, then you can create a full pull request that you can also see in the UI, where you ask to merge toward the original workspace all the changes that you have made, which allow you to kind of like having a fork behavior which go past just editing a single script, and allow for editing a single script but resources and intertangled items at the same time. So those are all coming from our most demanding customers' needs, and in general we have a lot of improvement for local dev experience that some of it Farhad is also going to show this week, but it's a big priority this quarter, so stay tuned for that. And on that note, Alex, if you can take over for the rest.
Yep. So I'm gonna start with sharing. Let me just find the right screen. Oh, Ruben, you have to stop sharing your screen. Thank you. All right. So yeah, last week I kind of showed the new Git sync UI that simplifies kind of the way you can add new repos and initialize them. What Ruben mentioned before was to kind of close the loop and improve the whole local development Git workflow experience, where you get basically the full circle of branch promotion. And right now these settings are here. Basically, this toggle create one branch per deployed object, and group them by folders. And as Ruben mentioned, like in this specific promotion mode where you want to create a pull request, and then merge these changes to a branch, we will be able to in the settings file in the Windmill YAML to add specific overrides that apply when you're in this promotion mode, and then keep obviously the same settings for the normal mode. So that will in the end, allow you to kind of have a fully like GitOps based workflow where any change you do in your Windmill UI will be treated as normal Git workflow, creating a pull request, review, do security checks or whatever your CI does, and then merge, following up in your workspace repo, in your Git repo, an action such as a GitHub action that then could push the changes to a prod workspace, for example. So the improvements we're working on are basically intended to kind of close this loop and make it very user friendly and remove potentials for errors when this happens. So yeah, we'll keep you posted on further developments on that front. Yeah, Ruben, did you want to add anything to this or?
Yeah. Yeah. Let me share my screen. So yeah, I have also been working on local dev experience. I just added a small thing, that is now we have syntax validation on your flow.yaml file. So for example, if I remove something, it tells me there is a field missing. If I make a typo here, also it tells me this is not allowed. So this is for you if you want to write your flow.yaml yourself, but it also aligns with cursor rules and cloud rules we added recently when you do windmill init, because the AI can check for linter errors, and so it will be better at writing your flow.yaml because it will see, okay, this is not correct. I can do that instead. And yeah, that's basically it. So it improves the writing of flow.yaml files. And yeah, that's it.
Yes, let me share the screen. I hope you can see it. I think so, yes. So yeah, I've been working on adding a new programming language to the Windmill.
I can see it.
So you guys can see it, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Cool. So can I start? Okay, cool. I've been working on adding a new language to the Windmill, which is Ruby. I'm pretty used to. Yeah, let's jump to it. It has the main function as any other language. You can add the new argument, like just arguments you would expect to be able to add. They are since Ruby doesn't have any explicit typing system, but you can specify the default arguments. Vimeo will automatically infer the argument type from it. So for example, here specify a is equals to 1, then it's integer, and it is string default, and the C is array, and you can add new items here, and it will work. You would write your body here as you would expect it, and you can return whatever type, and it will go to the result. The other part is pretty interesting and important here is a log file, like dependency management generally. For some people who know a bit about Ruby, they might find this syntax a bit familiar, but rather like this. So this require line would bring the bundler, which is package manager, like a package manager and resolution, a log file resolution for the Ruby. This will bring the gem file function, which you can then use to specify your dependencies, and this is generally just gem file, like the requirements file, the syntax, where you can specify different sources of the packages you want to fetch from. So here, for example, you specify the global source, which is rubygems.org, but you can also specify a local one, which is some Chinese mirror of it. You can specify gems here to install them, which is basically dependencies. This will not work because Windmill is not using bundler, but rather it's using its own preprocessor for the gem file. So if we just swap it to the Windmill/inline and then test run it, it will work, which is pretty cool. The syntax is basically compatible with the Ruby files that you would have. So in many cases, if you have existing Ruby scripts, you could just drag and drop it here and change the require line from the bundler to Windmill, and it will work in the most of the cases. And yes, as we see to the logs, it has run through installation phase. It has installed 4 dependencies, and in this case, it pulled it from S3, and it was pretty fast. So yes, it supports S3, and if you have it in your local cluster, then every dependency you pull, it will be pretty fast. And yes. Mhm. Yeah, I'm just gonna like take 10 more seconds and say that there is also bundled in a mini Windmill client that you can use to get variables and get resources, which is pretty convenient. And yes, this is pretty cool, and this is gonna be ready really soon. So like the next week probably. So stay tuned. Oh, okay, I can share it really fast. The log file, you can see it, right? Yeah, so the log file is just basically gemfile.log, and I decided to let it be like the vanilla gemfile.log, so it's compatible, so you can take it out and use it without Windmill if you want to. Yeah.
Yes, I can share. So this week I added a small features on a small improvement on flows, like for script who are the possibility to have dynamic select, where you could have like select that would be that can be dynamic and related to other fields. So we exported it to flows too. So to do it, you just have to go in the input, choose whatever field like name, or and choose dynamic select, which will like told you that you have to make that function, and that function will be here, and you have to define it. So for example, as it is not defined, there is an error. So I'm just going to like copy paste, and this time give it the name low, and both of them can have their field, and you can select them and run like for the other thing. I'm just going to test the flow, but I forgot to like link. Okay.